One of the guys who works at my friendly neighborhood game store recently asked me, Paul, what do you think about character death? I have a guy who's lost his character and he's not happy about it. I said, funny you should say that, because my character recently died in an episode of one of my Shadow Dark live plays, and I think character death is awesome. So today I want to tell you why I think character deaths are awesome in D&D and other role-playing games, and this will also be a bit of a recap of our last Shadow Dark adventure. And if you're new to the channel, if you've not seen any of the Shadow Dark live plays, well, there'll be a link down below. You can check it out. There's about 7 or 8 episodes right now you can watch and enjoy, so I hope that you'll do that. And if you're not a subscriber yet, hey, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part today. If you want to be a subscriber, great. There's a button down there for you to do that. So in our last session, our party was chased up a group of trees by a horde of undead. We sat in the tree, minding our own business, until one of the special undead, the one with the glowing eyes, that can track via infrared vision, I guess, the trail of the living, that being us. One of these undead Terminators caught wind of my trail and decided to climb my tree. I attempted to cast Shadow Dance, an illusion spell, to create a fake branch to cover my trail. Wait, rather than me tell you about it, let me go ahead and show you. Looks like it's following that luminescence, like sitting right there. Like if it sees, like it can't get a bunch of, like a branch, like a big, like a shadow branch. Okay, here's the beginning of the end. I'm asking to cast a spell, and in Shadow Dark, you roll to cast a spell to see if you can even get the spell off. Eleanor has had problems with this. This is not her first time having problems casting spells. She has a rich history of that. If you look through the Shadow Dark live play, you will see that she has lived a very complicated life with magic and her patron, Tatiana. So what you're seeing here is par for the course. Let's take a look. That maybe it thinks that whatever was there jumped out or is not going any further.
All right, go ahead, Paul. Make your roll. This will be fun.
Well, yeah, of course.
You guys make just the simplest rolls exciting because I never know when you're going to blow.
Well, I think that's the nature of the game. The nature of the game says everything is important. There's nothing that's not important that we don't roll for. All right, here we go. Shadow dancing.
All right, here we go.
That sounds like a. Oh my God! Oh! I'm leaving you guys. I'm gonna keep climbing up.
What? What is happening? What is happening? Okay. So there we go. There's Eleanor. That's her. She's just a very, very unlucky witch who has this contentious relationship with her patron. And as you can see there, and nobody is really shocked that this has happened, and they find it very, very hilarious. But that is also the nature of Shadow Dark. It's a dark place and bad things happen. And I think this is true of all D&D. You can do things in game, regardless of where you're playing, that just don't work for you. And that's okay. Keep taking a look here. Well, there's 1 through 3 and 4 through 5. So I guess 1 through 3 is levels 1 through 3.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I have to roll on a diabolic table because of my critical failure. And once again, I'm up in a tree. There's a horde of zombies down below. I got a zombie hanging on me, trying to get at me and is doing terrible things. And now I have to roll on this table. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Boys and girls, let's go.
Yeah.
2, 7. What's a 7 there, Paul?
Cackles. Oh. You fall to the ground in a fit of cackling, unable to do anything but laugh for the next 3 rounds. That could not be that is the worst.
It's the worst roll you could possibly get. I'm just
the
gonna
worst possible roll I could possibly get.
Well, I got a new bird as a pet.
All right.
Christ, there's no way around it.
Thanks, Joe the lawyer. Taking my bird. Okay, let's move this along. Once again, character death doesn't have to be so more. Listen, there are cases where your character suffers a death in game, and it's quite serious. Everybody takes it quite serious. This group does not care. This group is not that group. There are times, though, and I've seen it in other games that I've been in and games that I've run, where the Character death is something meaningful and something important and something that has happened that is consequential to the group, whether it be because of the length of time the character has been playing or the sacrifice the character has made. And those moments are different. But it doesn't matter, because if your character is going to die in game, it can be this or it can be the other. But either way, that character death can be meaningful, or at least make sense, as in my case, where I've gone 7 sessions with Eleanor. In Shadow Dark, I think that's a long time. She's reached level 3. And the question that I got from my local game store guy, I think, had to do with the maybe length of time that the player had the character, and that offers, yes, a bit of sadness. And I've been there. There's characters I've really liked, and boom, they were gone. But the great thing is, you know what? You roll up another character. But I understand too that it is credit to the game that you can become so endeared to a character to where its death makes you sad. But as a player, you have to say, all of these characters are on a timer. Eventually, the dice and your luck is going to run out. And so you come to grips with it early and say, you know what? This is a character. I can always roll up another one. Let's continue on and watch the finality of this.
What am I rolling?
You
Laughing around.
are rolling a 15 or better dexterity to be able to hold on to that
last
like
chance.
the branch without falling all the way down.
Oh,
Okay.
he's being merciful.
I'm
He is
gonna
being
do a
merciful
dexterity.
today.
Well, I'm giving him a 15, so it's not that merciful. Dex roll.
That's
And
true.
All right.
Well, that's
You're
good.
still gonna roll one, Paul.
Here we
so what
go.
the fuck
Here we go.
You know.
Yeah, you're still.
No, this isn't a spell.
Oh!
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. So you fall down, Paul, off your branch, but you're laughing and you're hanging on for dear life. But
Laughing.
that's when you notice a skeletal hand wrap around your boot.
Okay, this is cinematic. This is something you would see in, let's say, The Walking Dead or a zombie movie where your character that you enjoy is just about to go under, and you're watching it happen, and you're saying to yourself, oh no, don't go, and yet you know in your heart that they're gone. This is going to happen. So for me, a cinematic death is the best you could hope for. That it's going to happen in such a way that your character is going to go out with a bang. Let's move it along a little bit more.
She is not dead. Now his fingers are like kind of like stiff like this, Paul, and he basically you're now the tree got kind of like implanted in your top of your thigh. So his
Nice.
hand is still
fantastic.
dangling.
And the best part is Paul's going to be laughing for 2 more rounds.
Oh, I'm just
Right.
I am thinking this like
You just
Tickle.
Gil
All right,
just freaked
Brian.
out.
hilarious.
Here it comes.
she
Can he
gonna
do anything other than laugh, though?
Yeah,
I thought
don't
that's
know.
all he could do with his fail.
Oh, is that what it said? Yeah, it's
3 rounds of laughing.
A round or two of.
He's hanging on for dear life. All right,
Yeah.
Eleanor, now give me a strength roll to make sure you can maintain holding on to this thing.
Okay, strength.
Yeah, you'll need a 12 or above.
All right, let me.
While giggling like a jackass.
All right, here we go. Let's try again. It doesn't. It's not as good anyway, but
Well, he'll be on a 1, so 2 1s actually.
nope.
Oh,
right.
you missed it by 1. So you see Eleanor slipping, and you see her fall with the skeleton
Bitch.
into the crowd. But Eleanor vanishes into the darkness. What do you guys do?
So as you can see by the video, I'm not mad about it. In fact, I'm quite enjoying it because it confirms what I believe a character's death should be like. First of all, cinematic. To me, cinematic has a lot to do with the who as the how. If you watch any of the episodes of Shadow Dark, you can see that playing Eleanor is frequently rolling terribly. Her death is no shock to me. It was a long time coming. And Tim's description of my death is a fitting end to a great character arc. I could not have asked for a better death. The second thing that makes my character's death so epic is that it was avoidable. All I had to do was roll the dice. Pure luck played a part in Eleanor's death. My DM Tim gave me an out by giving me a chance to grab onto the branch, but the dice decided. Tim did not fudge the dice to let me live. He let me roll my dice and decide my own fate. Letting characters die is a part of the game, and a good DM can give death a certain amount of dignity if they choose to, which I believe Tim did. And the last thing about my character's death that was pretty epic is that it was final. Eleanor was dragged away. There was no coming back. There were no death saves. This is a principle of old school gaming. This is not to say that you cannot make house rules if you want. In my Learn to Play sessions, if a character dies, I offer a few options. Number one, would you like to re-roll a new character? Number two, would you like to become a spirit that only one member of the party can see, but must allow you to possess them so that you can take your turn? Or three, you can have a deity encounter where you meet your god and what awaits you in the afterlife. That deity may send you back with a disadvantage and a task to perform. But there's nothing wrong with finality, a Viking funeral, or being dragged away by a horde of zombies. And so if you're a new DM, don't worry about a character's death, in the sense that, look, characters are going to die. And it's okay to tell players that when they join your table, hey, listen, your character could just eat it. I, as your DM, am not fighting you. I'm not trying to kill your character. But the dice are going to decide the fate of your character, as was the case with Eleanor. But we as a DM and you as a DM can make deaths meaningful. You can create the tension. You can offer them a chance, a reasonable chance to live, and then allow the dice to decide. And while everybody else around that table, you could hear everybody else participating. You could hear the whole table participate in that, whether they were laughing or whether they had serious faces. In other words, the moment of my death engaged the entire table. My death was not a waste. And Eleanor was a ton of fun to play. I am glad that I played her. I'm glad that she is a part of the Shadow Dark lexicon of our live plays. She has served her purpose and her role. And in another video, I'm going to share a little bit more of her backstory as a character so that you know how her legacy is actually going to live on. But I'd like to hear from you. How have you handled character deaths in your game? Have you ever had a character you played died in an epic fashion, such as Eleanor? Leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. And once again, if you like this video, be sure to go ahead and click that like button. That tells me you like the video and you want more of them. And I will catch you guys all in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.